Oh, I'm sorry. I had to think for a bit. Part 2, I guess. Alright. On to the next one. Okay, next one. Why is there so many of these? Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna be reacting to this video. I don't know if this is copyright or not. Shout out to this guy, I guess. I don't know if I'm gonna get copyright striked again, but I don't think there's any music in it. I don't know. I just know the basic knowledge of copyright strikes, but sorry YouTube if this upsets you, so.
Recently on TikTok, there's been a growing trend of white girls identifying as Asian. It's called RCTA, or Race Change to Another, and today I, a real Asian, am going to be reacting to these RCTA TikToks.
Okay.
Warning, the cringe gets bad near the end. It's their delusion. White to Japanese, that's it for now. If you look in the corner here, it says face claim, body claim. It has some images.
Alright,
Basically,
I'm not.
What that means is that's who they're trying to look like. That's like the terminology
What
for it.
is that?
Alright, so I'm already noticing a pattern to this
No,
thing.
what was that?
Here it says
Oh,
face claim,
brother,
body
what
claim. It has some
is
images.
that?
Basically, what that means is that's
That
who
looks
they're
like
trying
the
to look
form
like.
plushie
Like
right
the
there. That
terminology
ain't
for it.
human. Okay, I found another timestamp.
Move on. Why you shouldn't hate on RCTAs? What does hating even do? We're not gonna listen to you anything. You're boosting our channels by commenting things. It's faster to just scroll.
What is that? What kind of sign language is this? What is that, brother? This guy's
without RCTA. No, I stole that from the comment section. I'm sorry.
Alright, we're gonna be reacting to Moon Astronaut reacts to moon landing deniers again. Yay! I honestly don't know if I'm gonna get copyrighted, so. Alright.
About it. There's no way to fake it.
This is astronaut Charlie Duke.
Okay, I'm panning your camera around at various places here. We just set a new world speed record, Houston. 17 kilometers an hour on the moon.
One of only 4 humans alive today that walked on the moon, reacting to conspiracy theories that he is a liar.
We went to the moon 9 times. You're gonna fake something, do it once, and shut up.
And this is me in the lead.
Wow. Okay, I got multiple timestamps. Someone sent me this. So, let's see what all this is about.
Visalia Mall. You want to do it? I decided to pull up some moon landing footage of astronauts bouncing around, and here's what she had to say about it.
You think that looks like legit?
No.
Okay.
The way he's hopping along, it just doesn't look real to me. I just don't believe it.
If you think it was faked, how do you think they did
He did it in the studio. You know how when you go to Vegas, you can go into these things where they actually have rooms like that where you can go and like be...
First of all, lady, with your big old cranium and small freaking brain, I don't think they invented those yet, buddy. Alright. Stupid. Anyway, let's carry on.
I don't know, I think it was just like a set up thing.
She seems to think that the footage implies this was shot on Earth. Here's Charlie's rebuttal to that.
Apollo 15, Dave Scott had a hammer and a feather.
Well, in my left hand, I have a feather. In my right hand, a hammer. And I'll drop the two of them here, and hopefully they'll hit the ground at the same time.
And he dropped them.
How about that?
They both hit the ground at the same time. That doesn't happen down here, but
Right.
it does up there because there's no atmosphere. So the feather doesn't float down, it just goes straight down.
It's definitely worth noting that the footage doesn't look amazing.
All I'm saying is if they're sending a person to the moon, and when they're doing a race, like even just a race down here on Earth, you're getting all sorts of angles. So you think that they would have had more cameras and stuff that are better.
First we deployed the rover. That was easy to
My God, they only brought so many cameras, man. I mean, they tried their best to film the freaking moon. And bro, it's the 60s, man. Did you see that booty cheeks quality? Bro, you ain't getting an 80K out of a video from like the 1800s, bro. I don't even know if videos existed yet. Probably pictures. Ain't no way, bro. How? Bro, cameras, you know, have you ever seen like camcorder footage? You know how it's all like grainy and stuff? Like pictures from the 50s, you can see every freaking grain on the picture. That's just the quality, I mean, okay? Dang, man. Oh my goodness. People are so dumb.
I think that they would have had video, more cameras and stuff that are better.
First, we deployed the rover. That was easy to do, and once we got it on the ground, we just picked it up and carried it off. You can pick up your car on the moon. So I get the camera out, mount it on the rover, plug it in, and we get the antenna pointed at the Earth, turn it on, and they picked up TV.
But they only had one camera and one angle, and they tried their best up there to get the best footage possible. It was the 1960s and early 70s. Let's see if we get any higher level conspiracies at a slightly smarter place.
Now we're here at the Promenade, the outdoor mall, full of middle schoolers. Hopefully it takes us a long time because these kids are being taught in school.
So good about society at this point.
This is kind of amazing. I'm really happy for society. We've seen probably hundreds of middle schoolers, high school kids, and none of them seem to think that the moon landing is fake.
Until we eventually found one girl who felt pretty strong.
No.
You guys believe in the moon landing? Really? Why do you think that the moon landing isn't real?
Okay, I think that out of all the like the photos and things,
Yeah.
you can tell like it has to be staged. This is looking like concrete. If it was wet,
What?
you could leave your footprint in it. If it's a rock,
Do you think that the footprints, if they were made, you would think they'd have to be almost like
exactly.
like some sort of knife or something
Right.
to like cut into the moon?
Yes.
What she's saying is that the moon is one big rock. Why would you make footprints in a rock? Low-key, kind of a good question. I'd never heard that one before. What did the surface of the moon feel like?
Fine grained sand. It was pulverized rock. There's no organic material on the moon. So the meteorites have hit and over the eons and pulverized the moon, and all this ejecta that comes out from the meteorite hitting, a lot of it's real fine grained and it settles back down onto the moon. I drilled 10 feet down and it was still fine grained down 10 feet where I happened to drill.
Charlie explained how the moon almost feels sandy. Although it is a big rock, the meteors hitting over time have broken down the surface so much that footprints become possible.
About 30 feet above the moon, the engine exhaust started blowing moon dust everywhere. It was like landing through a fog.
Charlie's mission landed at the Lunar Highlands, a particularly mountainous area of the moon. There, some parts were sandy, some weren't.
We shoveled trenches and 3 feet deep, and it was still loose down there. The last stop was up at North Ray Crater, and it was a big fresh crater, and it was like walking on a hardwood floor. There was hardly any ejecta that was fine grained up there because it had all been blasted away.
So yeah, footprints are sometimes possible on the moon, sometimes they aren't. But maybe we'll get a smarter conspiracy at our next place.
So we've been to what's considered the least educated town in America, and we've talked to some middle schoolers going shopping. This is kind of the next stereotypically more intelligent group.
I heard like it was like filmed underwater.
No, I've
What?
never heard that.
Shadows.
What? Filmed underwater? How? How are people so stupid? Alright, okay. just watch more.
Those are different underwater.
The camera right here, the little pole thing, it's shaped different, you know.
There's a good chance, yeah, that it could have shot in a studio.
I don't know, that's weird. I don't know why they're all like all over the place.
Everyone was talking about how the shadows in the picture faced different directions, as if they were coming from different light sources. He also brought up how you would think the shadows would change over the course of 3 days on the moon.
That shows that there's a production company in the same place every day, as opposed to nature's offsetting your positions of the shadow.
Shadows were always facing west because the sun was always behind us. On a day on the moon from sunrise to sunset's 2 weeks, and the sun was just coming up like early morning on the moon day. And by the time we left, it was still moon morning. And so at the end of that, we got in the car and we drove to this place called Plum Crater. There's no magnetic field on the moon, so your direction is the angle of the sun.
The moon's rotation is the same speed as its orbit. That's why we always see the same side from Earth, meaning a moon day, the amount of time it takes to rotate, is the same length as a Earth month, the amount of time it takes the moon to orbit Earth. This is because Earth's gravity is strong enough to tug at the moon, keeping the same side of the moon facing us at all times, and the other completely dark. Charlie is not only one of the only people to have ever walked on the moon, but he's also one of the only people to have ever seen the dark side of the moon, which he saw when they were orbiting it before and after landing. Over the course of 3 Earth days on the moon during Charlie's mission, it's still barely eating into the morning for a moon day, so the shadows don't drastically change the whole mission. It would be like the difference between shadows at 10 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. here on Earth. And yes, the shadows do always face the same direction, but because of the sharp changing surfaces on the moon, the angles change, creating pictures that look like this. What about at our next, smarter location?
This is a luxury gym. I don't know if that means that the people who work out here are gonna be super
Alright, let's react to more dumb things. I think I've seen enough, honestly. I'm gonna watch this guy, okay.
Giving me the most illegal building, but I'm caught up there. And round 1 is gonna be nightmare.
Okay.
Then why can't you mine them? We got a decent amount of villager ore. Now let's move on to Skidsy. I always find redstone ore literally just like, oh my, wait, it looks like they're kissing. Redstone is like always just like, for some reason on the floor. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that, but oh my gosh, we can actually.
Alright, I'm gonna spend 10 hours of my day looking for redstone on the wall. So my Minecraft is not working for some reason. Well, that's cool. Actually, did have a world where there was redstone on the wall. But, like, I'm not a redstone person, so I just never mine redstone. Well, that kind of ruined my day. Okay. We're gonna watch the man himself, Johnny Bobes, the evil psychotic owl that always pranks his friends. Wait, here's an example. Wait a minute. Wait. Okay. Yes, I don't like, let's get on with it. Okay, I have another timestamp for 3:55.
You telling me you're not being scared? Yo, come on, guys, stop playing with me. I'm the true genius of driving people insane. The next thing I need to do was add the Axiom mod on, and I'm gonna be building a house with it, alright? The Axiom mod, it lets you manipulate blocks in some of the weirdest ways, so...
Now, what was I saying? Oh yeah, all the tabs I have open. Alright, on to the next one. Should we make it AR next? Something wrong with my internet. 1945. Wait, are we going back in time? That. Okay. Alright. Okay, no. Do you you realize what happened in the 30s and 40s and stuff, bro? Or 1 and 2. Ain't no way people will be fighting with cardboard. Wait, hold on. Wait. Ain't no way people gonna be like, wait, let me. I challenge you to a duel. Check that. Like, ain't no way no one's gonna be fighting with a cardboard, man. This is wrong, man. Ain't you put that emoji, man? That's wild, then, man. You can't be doing that. All right. Oh, fripp. What is this? Oh, wait, it's still... Okay. It's gonna be copyrighted music. Oh no! No! Oh my goodness. Okay, I farted again. No. Oh! Oh my... That was pretty cool, yeah. Oh, I'm at my search history. Let's get this over with real soon. Let's see. Medic school bus me? What's this?
Seatbelts, everyone!
Oh.
Please let this be a normal
Oh. There's the end of that. Anyway.